Hello there, my fellow zombie slayers. What's up? It's Robbie here with Open World Games, and how are you guys doing today? We've got a ton of State of Decay news to go over, including brand new gameplay, brand new trailer, and then also, yes, guess what? It's official. We're getting a State of Decay 2 beta. Look forward to more details on that in just a moment, but I'm also going to be showing you guys full-blown, uncut co-op gameplay in just a moment, where me and my twin bro Ryan got to explore the world of State of Decay together. It was a total freaking blast. But yes, let's dive into that new trailer and the beta news. So first of all, if you want to find the uncut trailer, it's really cool. Check it out in the description below. It shows some really neat stuff, including weapon customization, base building, some new scenes, and it's really high quality in 4K, so check that out. Now, what about that beta? So yes, we're getting a beta. It's official. It's going to be called the technical beta test, and it seems like it's going to be more of a private beta, by the way. I don't know if you're going to be able to stream with this one or not. It looks like you will not be able to, from what I have seen from the sign-up process. But if you want to sign up to this beta, see the link in the description below. It's going to be for Xbox One and PC, and they basically say on their website that it's going to be pretty much starting very, very soon. I cannot freaking wait for this. Hopefully, eventually with the beta, they do open up, the ability to record gameplay, stream it. That sure would be nice. And also, by the way, there were some new impressions of this game from, big media sites like GameSpot, GameInformer, IGN. Now, I'm going to throw those in the description below if you want to read their impressions. But things overall are looking good for State of Decay 2. GameInformer and IGN, they really enjoyed the game a lot. GameInformer, they said this at the end of their statement. They said, with improved controls, added co-op play, and better user interface offerings, State of Decay 2 keeps the great concept of the first game while improving nearly every aspect around it. While some technical hiccups presented themselves in this pre-release build, State of Decay 2 already feels more stable than its predecessor at launch. I look forward to seeing the full extent of Undead Labs' realized vision on May 22nd. Of course, this game is going to be releasing on May 22nd. If you want early access to the game on May 18th, you get the Ultimate Edition. But the price point for the Standard Edition is very attractive at $30. But yeah, a lot of opinions recently about the game from everyone trying it recently. And finally getting their hands on the game. It's looking overall like good news, so that's really nice. Good. That's really good to know. All right, so moving on, let's dive into the co-op gameplay right now, shall we? So yeah, this is me and Ryan here playing some co-op action. We're getting into this vehicle, and this is going to be going into nighttime gameplay, by the way. So Undead Labs has not been shy about talking about nighttime gameplay, basically saying that expect it to be a lot more difficult during the nighttime. They really want to make it super realistic of an experience when you are exploring at nighttime for sure. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and head into this barn right now. Sneaky sneak. We're going to try to be stealthy at first. But you can see how beautiful this game is. And you can see that red mist there, by the way. This is basically indicating that we're heading into an area that is infested with blood plague zombies. So you really want to be careful here. There's going to be a plague heart in this barn. And you can see how dark and creepy it is. This is not the ideal way to, handle this blood plague infested area for sure. It'd probably be better to do this during the day and do a lot of the base management at nighttime, or smaller missions during the nighttime. This is very risky. You really do risk getting infected a lot faster if you go in here at nighttime, because, zombies are going to be able to attack you a lot more easily for sure. Here is the Plague Heart. We have spotted it here. You can see just how creepy it is. Of course, you may notice some of the areas around here have some icons on them that are color-coded. So you'll see some that are like yellow, and then you'll see some containers that are actually blue. Of course, many of you know this already, but yes, you know, Ryan, as you can see, he is kind of blue. His indicator shows that he is blue, so the blue containers are basically his. I can't open up the blue containers. I can only gather loot and any equipment that I need from those yellow containers to really make the co-op experience fair, which I think is a really cool mechanic, definitely. And we are taking on this Blood Plague Heart here. And uses some melee moves. As you can see, this was so much fun playing in co-op. Now, the one thing that I'm a little worried about with State of Decay 2, and I didn't hear too many comments about this, is with the scaling difficulty. I really do hope that the game is difficult the more players you add to the game. And the Plague Heart has been destroyed, but what we do know about scaling difficulty, and this is the good news, is as you further progress in the game and you build up your base, you're definitely going to want to jump into co-op because it is going to become more difficult. So that is great to hear for sure. All right. So right now we have become infected. Now this is a very early rough draft version of the game, but you can see the infected meter right there. That should be building, but since this is an early version of the game, I think the infected meter was disabled for the PAX East demonstration. That's what I was told. But if this was the final build of the game, you would be seeing that infected meter rising, and it would become more and more of a concern, and you'd be a lot more stressed for sure, seeking out that Blood Plague cure. And if you don't have the cure, you're going to want to go into your friend's game world, or, you know, even a random's game world, and try to, you know, kind of convince someone to cure you. But you're definitely going to want to find that cure in your game world. Now, it was explained to me that you're going to have a medical facility upgraded to infirmary, and then you can actually heal at your base once you get the Blood Plague sample from the Blood Plague zombies and the Blood Plague Heart, which of course you can find right here by looting Blood Plague zombies and killing them. Alright, so we have taken out this infestation. You can see how dark it is and how creepy it is once you actually go out into this open world. And this is just one map, by the way. This map here is about roughly the same size of the first State of Decay game. And remember, there's going to be 3 of them in the game. And here's some of the base building mechanics. I was asking the Undead Labs team about this a little bit, you know, about the Blood Plague. And they said, you know what you need? You need to build an infirmary. It doesn't look like you have that. And I was like, okay. And they guided me through the process. As you can see, the buildings are kind of like segmented into different categories, including, you know, your health and wellness. You really want to focus on, you know, upgrading your medic station when you are playing this game. And then I believe it was the sheriff that has a really good ability related to that, if I recall correctly, because you will eventually get leadership roles when you are playing the game, and then you could really specialize in certain things, like, you know, becoming really specialized in the medical ability, and, you know, becoming a warlord if that's your thing. But there's going to be, you know, advantages and disadvantages to that as you go. Now, also, if you missed it, I did post other gameplay previously that showed off that, yes, you don't have to just attack zombies. This isn't a game where it's just about the zombies. You have to deal with people. And that's one of my favorite things about The Walking Dead, is they really show that, you know, the people in the world can be actually more dangerous than the zombies themselves. And that's kind of the idea behind some of these factions in State of Decay 2 and the open world as you explore. Now, this faction here that we are approaching, they are considered hostile. We actually get a warning message here in just a moment saying, hey, you know what? don't go this way. You should consider actually turning back. So you do have the option of turning back. And what's interesting about this game is if you decide on taking on different leadership roles, you know, if you go Warlord, this faction may actually like you or dislike you even more. Actually, if you go Warlord, a lot of factions frown on that. But if you become a trader, a lot of factions will open their doors to you and say, hey, you know what? We want to open up trade routes with you. So that's something I'm excited to explore, the differences between leadership roles as you progress through the game. And I think that alone will offer a ton of replay value. But this group here didn't put up much of a fight. Well, they're actually putting up a fight now, but that's a headshot. And one thing I was really impressed when playing this game was with the actual controls. They nailed down the controls big time, and you know, like IGN and GameInformer said, and I agree with them, the game does feel a lot more polished already, even in the early state of the game, compared to the previous version. And that was what was really holding back the first State of Decay, in my opinion, was that it just wasn't polished enough, and it's great to see that they've really focused on polishing this game. Honestly, I can't wait to really just get into it and spend some quality time. I'm excited for the closed, I guess it would be considered a closed beta. There's an actual NDA attached to it, which is kind of a bummer. I was hoping that that it was something that you could stream, so hopefully eventually they offer the community that ability to stream their beta in the future. But again, if you want to join that, check it out in the description below. But yeah, I had a total blast playing, you know, co-op with my bro Ryan at PAX East. Cannot wait to dive into that with him some more, and then also with you guys. Remember, I have a Discord. Check that out in the description below if you want to join our State of Decay 2 army. And then we'll be able to survive together. And yeah, again, back to some of this co-op gameplay. You can actually do emotes in the game, of course. Imitate a zombie. I don't know if this is going to have actual, you know, gameplay mechanics, I guess you would say, in terms of tricking zombies or something like that. As you guys may remember in The Walking Dead, how you can actually pile on the zombie guts and imitate zombies. I think that would be quite a creative mechanic they could implement in State of Decay 2, where you're trying to get through a horde imitating zombies, but you know, you have a meter that's draining, you know, that your disguise will wear away after time. I would love that. That would be absolutely hilarious. All four of you, you know, going through a horde of zombies and surviving. But I can imagine that being a little bit OP. But yeah, had a total blast playing once again. Look forward to more coverage of State of Decay 2 right here on Open World Games. And also check out that brand new State of Decay 2 trailer in the description below. It will not disappoint you. It's going to be the ultimate co-op experience. Of course, you can play it single player. You got to remember that one. I mean, look at that. That is insane. That is absolute madness. But guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon enough in the zombie apocalypse.